Hi, all. Welcome back to On Pitch Catch. We got the news yesterday that Brendan McCullum has been sacked as the coach of the England men's test team. He remains the coach of the white ball team. I think England have had split coaching in the past. Matthew Mott was, I think, handling the white ball teams until Brendan got that role. But I think this is pretty serious because this has probably been a few months coming, especially after their Ashes loss. There was a lot of talk that no, it's all fine. We're all planning forward, etc., etc. But Ben Stokes goes, and now McCallum also goes. It kind of brings into question the accountability part. Then who next, right? So we already spoke in an earlier video about the selector Luke Wright being the first person that was thrown out. Now I guess it's Rob Key, the last man standing. We'll see how that goes. But what did you think about Brendan McCallum's
I mean,
sacking?
I mean, I think Robert Key is really lucky to keep his role amidst all this. So, yeah, I mean, ever since probably 4 years that McCullum took over this
Yeah,
role, I think only the first year, probably the 12 or 13 test matches was good for them, I think, when they won
yeah,
about
correct. Yeah,
10 out of 13 or 11 out of 13, they won.
yeah,
And and by that time, I mean, teams had sorted out how to play basketball, how to,
yeah.
I mean, so that's when they never had a plan B, I think.
You could say it was still that first test in India, like they surprised India in I think, probably
Mm,
Hyderabad or something like that.
yeah,
After that, it's been pretty much downhill.
I think they didn't have a plan B, I think. So, like you said, I think this Baz McCullum losing this job was on the cards. I think, I mean, now the ex-England players have started to praise the Baz and Brook partnership in the white ball format after beating India for
Okay.
India 4-0 and all those things.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
heard this is great. You never see both of them are always together. It's building a great relationship and all those
yeah.
things. But I don't think that is actually. I mean, in hindsight, when I look at it, Brook was the reason why Bass lost this test role, I feel. Because on the last day versus New Zealand, instead
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
scoring a 9 ball 21, if he had batted
Yeah.
sensibly, I
Could have
mean,
stuck around, right?
he even sensible batting for him is a
Yeah,
80
yeah,
ball 100. He could
yeah,
have
yeah,
scored a
definitely.
80 ball 100 against
And they
that
would have
attack.
won.
Against that attack which didn't have Matt Henry,
Ma.
okay, and they could have won the test if they had won the
Yeah,
series 2-1. Probably this Bass sacking
correct.
may not have happened. So
Yeah, yeah,
effectively, I feel Brook is the reason. I mean, there have been a lot of mishaps over the last 2.5 years by Bass and Stokes. I mean, on the field, off the field, a lot of these things, reasons are there. But I think that one innings, if Brook had played, Bass would have kept this role, I think. Because
yeah,
that
yeah.
is recency bias matters, right? If they had won
Yeah, yeah.
2-1,
I don't know if they even took. I don't know. It seems to be like they probably didn't take Test cricket too seriously, especially the WTC, right? Because you've seen over the years that I don't think they've made any major effort to qualify for the final. A lot of other teams are doing what they need to. They're planning things out, and they have stay. They say they talk about being in that final and things like that. Whereas England has not cared too much about the WTC. They've lost points due to slow over rates. And in fact, if you read yesterday's ECB statement, the focus on they said we'll appoint a new coach, we'll start that process, etc. The focus is on the next Ashes series next year. Like
exactly.
it's not the WTC.
Yeah. I mean, see, not only WTC, a series against India or New Zealand or anything,
Right.
they are working ashes to ashes.
Ashes.
They have to stop working ashes to ashes, Jaga, I feel. I mean, they don't care. I mean, even in ashes, not that they do very well in ashes.
ஆமா
Now,
அதான்.
under Baz and Stokes, they have lost home and away to Australia.
Yeah, yeah,
They have not beaten India at home. They lost to India
yeah, yeah.
away. So if you
ஆமா.
look at those big two teams, so Baz and Ben did not win against
It's
them.
not just big two teams. They lost to New Zealand at home also.
I don't know. If they care at least about these two big
ஆமா,
teams,
okay.
so and like you said, the slow over rates every series. I mean, it's not that
Yeah.
they win every test, so they don't care about those 12, 15
ஆமா.
points they lose.
அதுவும் இல்ல.
It's
ஆமா.
not that. Absolutely. I mean, they have disrespected rules of the rules to spirits to opponents to
Yeah.
WTC value to Test cricket. So that shows in where they stand at Test cricket at this point of time.
So now that Brendan is the white ball coach, how do you see that team going? They've just beat India 4-0 in a five-game series, which is pretty. which is a thumping, right? And we'll get to the second part of the video, which is there's almost the second part, which is around this Indian team's performance and the related aspects. But how big a deal is beating this Indian team in your conditions?
I mean, it could have been 5-0 if the rain had not, the way India are
Ah,
playing and the rain didn't intervene. But I mean, I think they should not read too much into this. The way the mess, the chaos that the Indian team is in at this point of time in T20s, I think Gambhir
hey,
first.
transition team.
Okay, transition. I think Gambhir set out
இனிமேலுக்கு
first.
இந்தியன் டீம்னு சொல்லக்கூடாது டிரான்சிஷன் டீம் தான் சொல்லணும்.
Transition team, okay. Gambhir set out. No, no, now I call it Indian team. It was an Indian team. Gambhir set out
Okay.
to destroy that Indian team to a transition team in tests. I thought it will stop at tests. I mean, especially because over the last 3-4 years, how dominant they have been in T20I cricket
Yeah.
under
Two World
Rohit,
Cups in a row.
be it Rohit or Sky after that, they've been so dominant. Now his Gambhir's focus has moved on to making the T20 Indian team also into a T20 transition team. So they're still, I mean, I can't, I mean, talking about England, they should not read too much into beating this India 4-0. There are bigger, I mean, battles coming up. So that is what they have to, I mean,
Right.
even the, other teams with in beating India 4-0 is not a measure of any capability, or I mean they can't, I feel they can't chest thumb so much. Though India are the number one ranked T20I side, it is not it is not resembling any of the
Yeah.
team people who brought it to that level, Jaga.
So, but we just go transition into the Indian team, right? I mean, this is a group of people that came off the World Cup win just maybe 4 or 5 months ago. I think it was probably February or something like that, right? So, and
Yes.
then now we are into, then they had a lot of them had a great IPL, and now suddenly they can't even score at run a ball in a T20 game. You're seeing folks like Tilak Verma just pottering around and Shivam Dubey and all these guys are just not doing anything noteworthy from a T20 perspective. The bowlers are getting it all wrong. So how could things have gone so haywire in just a matter of 2 months? Is it the conditions? Is it the pitches? Is it the ground sizes? What is it?
I mean, I have a big doubt in this. See, if the conditions are not favoring the batters as much as it favored in the
Yeah.
IPL, the Indian bowlers at least should be doing well, right? The bowlers were
Ah,
tonked all over the park in IPL.
yeah.
The bowlers ended up
Mom.
if 4 hours 45, na, the bowlers are very
Yeah.
happy. Okay, 4 hours 45 than good them. They walk
Ah,
away happily. When if the conditions flip, then at least the bowlers should have done well, which means
ah,
we didn't take the right bowlers.
yeah.
Okay,
Correct.
Bumrah needed a rest. That is fine. Bumrah needed a rest. Apart from that, the bowl we didn't pick the right bowlers. I think only Arshdeep
Yeah,
bowled well.
Siraj was swapped out, right?
Yeah, so Siraj was pulled out. I mean, Harshit Rana is blow hard, blow call many of the times, even within a game.
And he's
Two
getting
overs
injured so often.
yeah, and 2 hours he bowls very well, and 2 hours he bowls very not so well. So doesn't work. And Prasidh Krishna is a very pale shadow of what he does in IPL
Yeah.
in when he wears the Indian colors. So I don't know. This is the selections. First of all, we have to. I mean, I don't know. Earlier, a couple of 4 or 5 videos before when this team was announced with Shreyas Iyer as the captain, I had my doubts about sacking Sky at that point of
Hmm.
time, who's just won
Yeah.
the World Cup. I mean, yes, his form was questionable, but I mean, they Gambhir wanted to send a message of no one
Sometimes
is.
you carry play captains along, right? I mean, there were so many matches, so many tournaments where Virat was not having a good time, and they still kept with
A
him.
lot of people we've had that over the years. Ganguly for that matter had
Ah,
had.
yeah.
So I mean, so no one is indispensable, irreplaceable. That is, I mean, if that is what the message is going to give, what about himself then? What about himself then? So to be look if you look at Shreyas Iyer's captaincy over the last 4, 5, 6 years, also even I mean we've seen only IPL majorly. It's not been
Yeah.
so great, Jaga. Honestly, he won an IPL for KKR, yes, but immediately after that,
Finalist last year. Finalist last year also.
finalist last year. But again, the team never stood up. There was no flashes of captaincy brilliance. There was batting brilliance. Yes, he scored a lot
Yeah.
of runs, but there was no. I mean, even after winning that IPL for KKR, he was sacked from captaincy. I mean, he was not even sacked
I
from
mean, they
captaincy. He was
swapped him
let
out,
go.
right?
He was
yeah,
let go. I mean, I don't know what the dressing room atmosphere was, who took the credit, what was all that. I mean, Gambhir was there, of course, in that dressing room at that point of time. So even in Punjab, ever since he took over, Punjab has done the finals, but still they have not stood up as a team when it mattered. I mean, you can't blame only Shreyas for all those, but I didn't see any brilliance of captaincy in him over the couple of years, Jaga.
and
That
then there
is,
certainly seem to be selection issues as well, right? I mean, yeah, the whole talk about, what is Sanju's role. Of course, you have to bring in Vaibhav. That was pretty much, thing. But there are ways to do it. And then now Sanju's not in that Zimbabwe squad. Now there's an explanation that's been given. And I think they're brought in Prabh Sim as the second wicket keeper or something like that. So there's a lot
right.
of things that are happening. And then you have a situation where I think even from a selection perspective,
I
uh,
don't know. I mean, bowler selection, Jaga. Bowler selection,
bowlers,
Jaga. I mean, they have picked Mayank Yadav, Yash Thakur, and all those people
uh,
for the Zimbabwe tour. I mean, and not Bhuvi or Kamboj
yeah, yeah,
or Karthik or even Rasik Salam from RCB, who did great, who had
who
great
took more than
IPLs.
1 week, who took more than 0 wickets in the IPL.
I mean, they all of them took more than 18 wickets, Jaga. So,
இல்ல
I mean,
ஒரு லோ பாரா செட் பண்ணலாம் மயங்க் அது 0 எடுத்தான் சோ ஒன்னாவது எடுத்துருவணும்.
so I want that way. I mean, I don't understand how the selection works. I mean, Gambhir. I mean, at least with Gambhir, no, I think at least the one thing that BC should have done when they appointed him, they should not have given the support staff that he wanted, Jaga. So I have
Ah,
a feeling that nobody is questioning his authority
yeah,
because he had Ryan
ஆமா.
Tenduskarte, Mone Mokkal, and all those
Abhishek
people.
Nair for some time,
Yeah,
Morne
all
Markel.
Mane Markle, all those people were with him at LSG or KKR and those kind of people. So what happens is they are kind of indebted to Gambhir to get that role. So they're not questioning his decisions. I have a feeling there should be, if there is a team management support staff, there should be people who can question the coach. I mean, not everybody can be right all the time. And with
Yeah,
Gambhir, we've
correct.
seen over the last 1.5, 2 years that most of the decisions have been
Yeah,
wrong. It has worked. That
yeah,
and the players' insecurity is showing, Jaga. I mean, I was very surprised to see Abhishek and a lot Ishan Kishan, those kind of players, bat with
yeah, they're
they're
not
not
batting with
batting
the
with any
freedom, right?
freedom. That you see, I mean, Abhishek. I mean, of course, Abhishek scores a lot of ducks. When in between those ducks, he just decimates
ஆமா.
opposition in matches.
And
But
he's not doing that right
no,
now.
he's not. He was doing prodding for a 13 and 14 and 15. It's not Abhishek's game. I mean, Abhishek is trying to see. I mean, if 3 games put Sanju Samson out after winning a World Cup,
Yeah,
what
then
is
what about
what
Abhishek?
will be running in Abhishek's mind and Ishan Kishan's mind, who have been very
Yeah.
good. Yes, the conditions were different, but conditions different cannot be an excuse for any team, Jaga. There are
Because
support
guess what?
staff.
Your next 50 over World Cup is not in the subcontinent. It is in South Africa. And Zimbabwe also may not, the conditions may not be that easy as you
I mean, if
had
you
over the
want the
years.
same
But,
conditions, play 4 IPLs a year. That's all.
yeah, yeah. And
அவ்வளவுதான்.
ensure that every World Cup or T20 World Cup is
நாங்க
in the
போக மாட்டோம், நாங்க
subcontinent.
விளையாட மாட்டோம்னு சொல்லிட்டு நாங்க we will
ஆமா.
play only 4 IPLs a year.
Right. Yeah.
This
So anyway,
லாங் ரோப்புக்கு வந்து த்ரீ மேட்சஸ்ல சஞ்சு சாம்சனை டிராப் பண்ணிருக்காங்க ஆஃப்டர் வின்னிங் வேர்ல்ட் கப். ஓகே,
yeah,
பட் he said the Gambhir said this for completely opposite thing for Sai Sudarshan. They wanted to give a long rope for Sai
ஆமா, ஆமா.
Sudarshan in test when he hasn't done anything of
Correct.
worth.
Yeah.
So ரொம்ப
Yeah, there's inconsistency. That's an issue for sure. Anyway, so we'll move on. I mean, there is obviously some good news for Indian sport, Indian cricket. The Indian women are just about very close to winning the Lord's Test, the first ever Lord's Test for women, which itself seems so bizarre, right? I mean, over decades, this is the first time Lords is hosting and Kranti Gaud had her name up on the honors board for her 5 wicket haul. They're very close to winning it. It's not been a great farewell for Heathenite and Tammy Beaumont.
yes.
But yeah, hopefully they'll wrap it up today.
Yeah, I think yes, there's just 4 more wickets, and with a mountain of runs to score, India should win on the day 4, which is about to start in a few hours today. I'm very
Yeah,
glad that's a lot of kudos to the Indian women for beating the first ever Test at Lords. And I mean, all the best to Heather Knight and Tammy Beaumont for the retirement. They're not a great day for when they finish their careers,
yeah,
but they have done themselves and England cricket proud. Both of them have centuries in all 3 formats. Incidentally,
yeah, correct.
so
Yeah,
that's excellent for them, for the both of them. Not finishing on a high note. That's it.
yeah. And then the ODI start tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow, yes.
Virat and Rohit back. Let's see if that changes the current status in terms of how the team has been. Because that's at this point of time, getting your ODI squad right is more important than getting your T20 squad right also, and your selections right, because that's the next tournament that's coming up.
And that also, Jaga, that is, I mean, if since Nitish Kumar Reddy was injured, they have moved Shivam
Ah,
Dubey into the ODI team. I don't
yeah.
understand. He is
He's
not
not.
even.
I don't know how many ODIs he's played.
I don't know. I mean, even in T20s, he's struggling. Imagine the way he's going to do in ODIs. I don't know. I mean, probably he has 10 overs to bowl, and he can take time for 20 overs to bat and all those things. Yeah, I don't know. He might score runs, but
Doubt it.
I
I
don't
doubt
think
if
he's
that's going to
ODI
happen.
material.
So how does this work now? So Brendan is no longer the red team captain. Could we like bring him in as India red team coach and let Gautam just be the white ball coach? Is that even allowed? Like you can be the
White ball
white
coach
team
of one
coach in
country
one
and red
country
ball
and
coach of
red.
another
Yeah,
country. I don't know. I mean, if you know that Baz is available at least for the red ball,
yeah,
I'm sure if BCCI reaches out to him, he'll be willing to give up the white ball role also for England and
yeah.
walk into the Indian team. I mean, I know Baz is not.
The only question is whether that's good for Indian cricket. It's like choosing between devil and deep sea, right?
I mean, I think at this point of time, choosing Baz would be a okay decision given the way Gambhir has done over the last 2 years. I mean, I have been very vociferous against Baz level of coaching, Jagat,
Yeah.
kind of coaching, type of coaching that he's been doing. But today, I will happily take him for India, given the way
But at the
Gambhir
end of
has
the
done.
day, results do matter, right? Gambhir has a couple of he has a Champions Trophy and two T20 World Cups. No, one T20 World Cup show. As opposed to McCullum, that doesn't have anything.
No, no, McCullum was only test team coach at that point of time. He's moved into
Ah,
white ball only recently.
yeah,
For
இப்ப நடக்கும். Okay.
test team coach la jaga, he kept winning one match every series, though they lost the
Yeah.
series, which is not the case with Gambhir. At, at home, we
இப்போதைக்கு
have lost
டெஸ்ட் மேட்ச் வின் பண்றதே பெரிய விஷயமா இருக்கு.
3-0, 2-0 la at home la we have lost. So Baz is okay because we will lose at least 2-1
ஆமாமா.
or 3-1.
Okay.
So that is still
Yeah,
better than losing 3-0, 2-0. So if BCCI
okay.
can somehow bring Baz into the coaching setup for India, it will
It'll
it
be
will
good.
it will definitely be better than what Gambhir is doing.
Okay. On that note, yeah, we'll come back again in a few days' time. Like I said, the Indian women would have wrapped it up today, hopefully, and then the ODIs also start. Plus, we'll see what other drama happens in England cricket. Until then, thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye bye.